Good afternoon, friends. Those who have participated in this in-house training program. It has already been sent to your mobile also, the topic. And the topic I'm going to share with you all. The name of the topic is Multilingualism in Classroom. So before going to share it with you, share almost all the clips that have been given here. First, something I would like to share, whatever I know about this topic, multilingualism in classroom. Before going to start this topic, first of all, we must have a clear conception that what does language mean? Hello, am I audible? Any one of you? Hello? Am I audible? You can chat and you can write. Am I audible? Hello? Vidira sir? Insumilla, am I audible? Hello. Hello. Am I audible? In the chat box, you can write whether my voice is audible to you or not. Hello. 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 Am I audible? Am I audible? Hello. Hello. Am I audible? You can share the chat box. Hello. Am I audible or not? Hello. So the topic is multilingualism in classroom. As I told that before going to share this topic, I would like to first tell you actually what do we mean by language? What does language mean? Or what is language actually? As you all know that it's a means or it's a medium of communicating with others. It's a medium. In one sentence, you can say that language is a means or medium of communicating with other people. But here in one language, but here the topic is multilingualism. Use of more than one languages. Use of more than one languages, clear no, is called the multilingual. So these days there is a trend, especially in the English medium schools, to make our teaching learning process quite effective and more interesting. We can discuss any topic by using multi-language, especially what happens in our classroom. In our classroom, we use mostly the language teachers, they use English, and in some cases, if the student they fail to understand the topic, sometimes we are using Hindi also. So the multilingualism, the clips here you can see one word hello in English, it can be expressed in different languages like Ola in some areas. In some areas it can be Banju. In some area it can be that Kamusta, like that. So in the classroom, we can use multilingualism in an effective way in order to make our teaching learning process quite effective. That is the main thing, and that's why nowadays there is a need of using multi-language in our classroom. And moreover, here you see what is language. I have already here a long description has been given. So this topic, this what is language, this thing I have already shared with you. But the thing is, here you see what is multilingualism. Here the way they have given the descriptions, little bit from my own side I can tell you, using of different kinds of languages inside the classroom while you are delivering a lesson or teaching a lesson. At that time, you should use different kinds of languages, clear no, if you want to make it more effective. Here they have given multilingualism. It is a powerful linguistic phenomenon which evolves from the need to communicate across speech communities. By using different kinds of languages, we can communicate with different communities. It is the ability. What is multilingualism? It is the ability to speak in more than one language. That thing I have already told. Either by an individual speaker or by a community or speakers. Then here one question is there, that multilingual person. Who is a multilingual person? Actually a person who can the same thing, who can speak more than one or two languages here at a time quite conveniently without having any uncomfortability. He is called a multilingual person. As I am a language teacher, clear no. So there one word substitution is there for a man who uses or who knows more than one language. He is called polyglot. Polyglot. A person, here it is there, a multilingual person, also known as a polyglot. Poly means many and glot means languages. A man who knows many languages or more than several languages, clear no, more than one languages, he is called a multilingual person, or in one word substitute, it can be polyglot. Now, how can we make, how can we use this multi-language inside the classroom? Suppose in such kind of atmosphere, here we are working in Bihar, here most of the students, they are from Hindi background. They are from Hindi background. And the teachers, those who are coming from outside, as for example, West Bengal as for example, Odisha or northeastern parts. Clear, no? Sometimes for them, Nagaland, like that. Sometimes for them, it is quite. It's a great. They face a lot of difficulties. Clear, no? While they are quite convinced. They are quite confident in using English language. They can speak it fluently. Whereas whenever they are going to speak it in Hindi, clear, they are facing, not all, some of them are facing a lot of problem. Clear, no? Here, when I also came here first, clear, no, I also faced a lot of problem. But now, with the help of other teachers, from the students also, I have learned so many things that in English, warning. What is the Hindi meaning of warning? So the students, from the students only, I am learning that warning means that Chetavani Dena. See, as I am a Bengali teacher, clear, no, I am from Bengal, West Bengal. Whenever I am pronouncing that Hindi words, clear, no, definitely the accent it differs. So these are the problems, clear, no, where we are facing when we are using multi-language inside the classroom to make our teaching learning process quite effective. So on that topic, we will discuss. It is there, that point is there. You see here, in the introductory part, clearly it is there. Language across curriculum is a modern approach. As I told you, nowadays, most of the English medium schools, clearly they have felt the need to deliver the lesson using multi-language. So that our main effort should be to make the students understand the topic in a better way, so that they can get the meaning or the theme of the lesson quite successfully. They don't have any kind of doubt on that topic. Then that's why it is a modern approach that language learning should be occurred throughout the school hours in language classroom as well as other subjects classroom. Not only for the language teachers, even for the science, mathematics, they can also use some of the terms in different languages of which the students are quite aware of. Then, what is the goal behind language across curriculum? The goals of LAC in short, language across curriculum, are simply speaking to support language development so that the students can develop their language skill in each and every child in all domains of language use in each learning activity in school. This implies to reflect about the strongly language mediated evaluation criteria for success in a academic learning, in passing tests and in getting good marks. Now, so the overall goal is not just developing. Here you see, our main motto is not to develop the cognitive academic language proficiency, but to conceptual literacy. This conceptual literacy means so that by using multi-language, we can make the concept of the students more quite clearer, so that the way we are delivering the lessons in the class using only English language, if sometimes we use, in addition to English, if we use in Hindi, most of the students, that is my personal experience here, the students, they are quite able to understand, because here most of the students, they are from Hindi background areas, maybe from the village areas, from the rural areas. So that's why they are facing a lot of problem, but their problem can be removed if we take little bit effort. And first, if we learn that if we deliver that topic using two languages, especially here in Hindi and as well as in English, it will be quite convenient for the students to understand the topic. Now, LAC has been embraced by a number of academic institutions. I told nowadays almost all the educational institutions, they have felt the need to make the teaching learning process quite convenient, in a convenient way, in a lucrative way, in a efficient way, so that the students are benefited by the topic which we are teaching in our classroom. Now you see here, the same thing, it has been, once again, it has been repeated that multilingualism, it is the ability of whom? Ability of the teachers to use several languages at a time inside the classroom. I do agree with it. But in some cases, suppose if you, that is my personal experience, once I worked in Andhra Pradesh, in some states, especially in the south side, Andhra Pradesh, and as well as that Chennai, clear, no? So there, the people, they have a negative feelings towards Hindi. They even don't want to listen Hindi. There, if we apply, it will come into the disadvantages of using multilingual, multi-language in the classroom. Here, that in the disadvantage topic, it will come. But prior to that, here now I am sharing with you, these type of problems may appear in our classroom. Here you see, multilingualism refers to the ability of an individual to use more than 2 languages. In learning of new language, it works as an asset and resource. How far we have been able to use multilingualism, multi-languages as a resource inside our classroom. If we are able to use it as a resource material, clearly it can benefit the students in many ways. What are the ways you see here? It increases the better innate understanding of how language works. Actually, language is not a bar. By using different kinds of, by using our body language, by using our gesturing, clearly we can, suppose in Bengali, we can make the students understand that what does we mean to say. Suppose khana is Hindi word, मैं खाना खाने के लिए जा रहा हूँ. The same sentences, if we teach in Bengali, it will be আমি খাবার খেতে যাচ্ছি. At that time, the teacher should use some gesturing, or from his body language, the student can also understand that topic. In this way, here you see the better innate understanding. From inside, you have to understand that how the language works. It also, now in the second point, you see, it also improves the cognitive flexibilities to express the thought in multiple ways. Whatever my thought is there, clear no? Hello, is it audible, sir? Hello, is it audible? Yes, it is audible, because we are checking by using our mobile also. It is audible. Now you see, it improves the cognitive flexibilities to express the thought in multiple ways. Multiple ways means in different ways the students can improve their cognitive flexibilities. Clear no? Whatever they are thinking, they can express their thoughts by using different kinds of languages. And as a result, what happens? It also increases or enhances the creativity of the students. They take too much interest in learning a new language. Here, divergent thinking and appreciation of the local language. Here, the local language is Maithili, local language is Hindi. Some of the students, they speak in Maithili, some of the students, they speak in Hindi. Like, I have also learned so many Maithili words like abo means aiye. Like that, if we take interest in learning a new language, it will not be that much difficult to fare it inside our classroom while we are teaching. Then you see here, it also ensures, it also ensures the inclusion of all students, irrespective of their linguistic background. Suppose in our class, there are some students from West Bengal, some students from South India, some from Odisha. So being a teacher, we should not have this kind of feelings into our mind that inside the classroom, clear no, students from different linguistic background, they are there inside the classroom. We must take it in a collective way, in a collaborative way, and we must deliver our lessons. Here, the linguistic background doesn't matter. It depends upon the way you are presenting your topic using multi-language inside the classroom. And if you are able to represent your thought or your topic, deliver your lessons inside the classroom in an interesting way, then definitely the students, they will also show their interest in learning a new language or understanding the topic, though they are from different kinds of linguistic backgrounds. Then it also, that multilingualism in classroom, it also connects the classroom with real life to make the learners familiar with the content. Sometimes we may feel that it is better to use always in English inside the classroom, but at the same time, being a teacher, we should remember it, we should keep it into our mind that there are some students who are not that much intelligent to understand what the teacher is speaking or telling in English. At that time, we can use Hindi or in some other languages in order to make it by showing different kinds of body language, by gesturing, and to make the students, by gesturing especially, by using our body language to make the students understand. So it also connects the classroom with the real life to make the learners familiar with the content. That is the thing I discussed. Content means whatever content you are teaching inside the classroom. Clearly, connect that content with the real life situations. And if we are able to connect our content with the real life situations, then definitely we will not face any kind of problem on this matter. So ultimately, we can say that multilingualism in a classroom needs to be understood as an asset and resource by the teachers. First of all, it is the mindset of the teachers who is going to conduct the class using multilanguage. And it needs a lot of homework also. The teacher must prepare the lesson frequently, again and again, using different kinds of languages in order to make the teaching learning process quite beneficial to the for the students, quite beneficial for the students. Now, here you see very good diagram it has been given. Mostly the teachers, mostly we take it in a negative way, that how the students from Hindi background, they will be able to know Bengali or English or all these things. But that kind of ideas we must remove. Being the teacher, first of all, we must remove that sort of feelings from our mind. As for example, I am telling you, you see here, and in my word, I will also explain this diagram. You see, suppose a student belongs to a Bengali family, but living in Delhi. To take my example, sorry, to take my example, I am from West Bengal. Right now, working in Bihar. Okay, Bengali is my mother tongue. That is my first language. Here, English is second language. Clear. And the next language is Hindi. Hindi, clear no? So here, all of a sudden, at a time, clear no? I am learning, I know Bengali, I know Hindi, as well as I am quite convenient in using English inside the classroom. Here you see, in school, one student, here they have given a student. A student belongs to Bengali family but living in Delhi. In school, his first language is English, second language is Hindi, but in family, he speaks in Bengal. So the student deals with three languages, which is known as trilinguals with almost equal efficiency. The way I will speak in English, in the same way, I can speak in English, in Bengali, as well as in Hindi. Then you see here you see, in that way, the student becomes a multilingual person. Automatically, the student becomes a multilingual person. Okay, whenever he is staying within his family, he is speaking in Bengali. Whenever he is coming inside the school premises, he is using English as well as Hindi. In that sense, the student, he is learning three languages quite efficiently. So in that sense, there is no what should I say? There is no problem for using multilingualism. Those who think that it is quite difficult for the students to learn more than one languages, I am not at all agree. These days, almost all of us, we are quite fluent in English as well as Hindi. English as well as Hindi. As Hindi, it has been accepted as our state languages here no. And India is a country where most of the people here no, they speak in Hindi. Clear no? So automatically the children or the students, the learners, they are learning. They are feeling quite comfortable in speaking Hindi. So multilingualism can be effectively used inside our classroom if we set up our mind in such way, in a positive way. Now you see here, there are different types of multilingualism. Here, multilingualism, there are two types. One is individual multilingualism and societal multilingualism. Being an individual, whatever language is known to you, that is individual multilingualism. I am quite efficient using Bengali, Hindi, English, not more than that. Only three languages. Conveniently, I can use it. Whereas, whenever we are entering into the society, maybe in that society, some people are from South India, some people are from Punjabi community, some people are from Urdu speaking people, some are from, like the different languages they are speaking. At that time, we may, as I told you, you see, that language is not a bar. Language is not a bar. Language koi problem create nahi karta. Easily we can understand the language by different kinds of gestures and the body languages of the speaker. So that is the societal multilingualism. In a society, there are different kinds of people using different kinds of languages. So at that time, maybe we may face little bit problem in understanding, but if we listen to that words and that kind of sentences frequently, so gradually we will learn. It will not create any disturbances among us. Now you see here, multilingual education program. Clearly, it can be conducted in different stages. It can be conducted in different stages. Stage one, you see here that learning of the students, it takes place entirely in the child's home language. I am also agree with this. Here, no. The way a child understands a lesson by using his mother tongue, clear no. It will be much more comfortable for him to understand the topic if he takes the advantage of using his home language. I mean the mother tongue or the language he is using in his home. Then stage 2, you see, building fluency in mother tongue. Mother tongue is the most convenient way to understand any topic, mother tongue. And it has been accepted across the world also that mother tongue can never be ignored. Clearly, it has its own importance in learning anything quite convenient. So building fluency in the mother tongue, first of all, we need to build fluency in mother tongue. Introduction of oral fluency in second language. Second language means that English. And that fluency in second language, it will automatically, it can be developed into the minds of the students. Clear no? First of all, if the teacher always speaks in English inside the classroom situations, or until and unless the students, they open their mouth, they try to speak, that fluency can never be developed. Whatever right or wrong, you just throw it out in the presence of your teacher. If you are speaking right, definitely your teacher will praise you. And even if you are speaking something wrong, at that time, the teacher, in the presence of the teacher, you can rectify your mistake. It is the duty or the responsibility of the teachers to rectify or to make it correct. Whatever, suppose some students has told some wrong sentences. At that time, you are present inside the classroom. So you should take the leading role to make him the correct usage of that sentences. Now you see here, building oral fluency in second language, introduction of literacy in second language. Introduction of literacy in second language. Literacy means whenever we are making the kids quite literate with the languages, we must, at the same time, first of all, we must make him quite fluent in using mother tongue, and then gradually we should proceed for the improvement of the second language. So that is stage 3. And in stage 4, using both first language and second language for lifelong learning. Clear no? Suppose in some cases, the first language is Hindi and second language is English. So we must adopt or we must use the two languages, clear no, for learning lifelong, for our lifelong learning. Throughout our life, we can use it. And thus, the multilingual education program can be made quite effective. It can be made quite effective. Now, let us come to the next topic. Here you see the next discussion, benefits. Why nowadays almost all the countries, they are in the opinion of using multilingualism in the classroom. That is the main thing you see here on this topic. Why we are talking about using the multi-language inside the classroom? What is the benefits? What is the benefit behind it? What is the benefit behind it? First of all, you see the cognitive development of the student. It enhances the cognitive development. See, whenever we are soon after the completion of our education, suppose you have been selected for any kind of executive function. So I drank a little bit water. Anyhow, it's too hot. Now you see, as we are continuing, cognitive development. Cognitive development, how it can be done. Suppose that executive, suppose you have been appointed as an executive in some MNC, multinational corporations. So definitely, if you are quite fluent with different kinds of languages, clear no, at that time definitely you will be benefited. See, nowadays, most of the MNCs, and if you want to go abroad, they demand that what are the other languages known by the candidate. So definitely learning a new language, clear no, definitely it will add an advantage in your career. It will be an added advantage for you if you are quite fluent in using or speaking different kind of languages. It also attentional control.